Dear Diary Month 8 Compilation. A Miraculous Ladybug Fanfiction written and narrated by Mira with art for the opening and thumbnail image by Evenart Adam, and you can find the link to their social media in the description box below. They have their Tumblr, they have their Instagram, go check them out. Once again, links in the description box. Go check Eva out. Now then, if you haven't listened to the other 7 months of this diary, go ahead, check those out, links in description, and leave a like and a comment to help support the YouTube algorithm. If you don't know what to comment, put, "She doesn't know who Adrian is." Anyway, please enjoy Dear Diary, Month 8. Dear Diary, Cat and I went to feed the ducks at the park today. When he made some bad pun, I threw the bread on him and he fell prey to the ducks. I feel bad about it, but it wasn't supposed to happen like that. I just wasn't thinking. He was sneezing the rest of the time. Makes sense, considering Adrian's allergic to feathers. The dots are beginning to connect, aren't they? Honestly, I don't know who Adrian is at this point. I'll write again tomorrow, diary. Marinette. Dear Diary, Adrian didn't come to class today because of allergies. That settles it. No mistake, the boy is Cat Noir. I'm surprised because of how closely his father monitors his activities. Which brings up the question, how does he slip out so often to be Cat Noir? I guess I can't get mad at him when he's late to an Akuma fight from now on. It's a miracle he's able to come at all, realistically speaking. But that's enough thinking for now. I'll write again tomorrow, diary. Marinette. Dear Diary, I can't figure out why Kitty likes sitting on my keyboard. She'll do it even when it's turned off, so it's not a heat thing. I spent the day catching up on homework and playing some video games. No more worrying about boys today. Nope, not gonna do it. Not for me. I'll leave that for tomorrow's me, or, if I'm lucky, next week's me. Yeah, right. That boy has infiltrated my life more ways than I've let him. I'll write again tomorrow, diary. Marinette. Dear Diary, I took the cat to the vet today. She'll spend the night there before I can pick her up the next day. Oof, the cries she gave were almost traumatic. I think I'll get Cat Noir to pick her up for me. I don't think I'll see him with the mask on between then and now, but if I mention it to Alya in front of Adrian, hopefully he'll pick up the hint, you know? Is it a form of mind games? Probably. Oh well, he'll be fine. It's not malicious or anything. Anyway, I'll write again tomorrow, diary. Marinette. Dear Diary, mentioning my kitty and Cat Noir in front of Adrian worked, and it confirmed any lasting identity suspicions. Who would have thought we'd be so close to each other this whole time? I certainly didn't. I mean, what are the same chances we'd even go to the same school together? That, or Master Fu got lazy. Just kidding. He seems pretty sincere. I'll write again tomorrow, diary. Marinette. Dear Diary, I found out today Luca has a Cat Noir tattoo. It's kind of funny to think about, don't you agree? It's a little black cat on his ankle, and he says it's to remind him to treat others as nicely as Cat Noir does. He's right. Between his antics, Cat Noir does a great job of looking after other people. Everyone wants to talk to Ladybug, but Cat makes sure no one gets left out. He's a good guy. Anyway, I'll write again tomorrow, diary. Marinette. Dear Diary, there's nothing like a full bladder to motivate a girl to keep going during an Akuma fight. Sheesh. Moving on. Lucas sent me a text today about going to a Cat Noir publicity event. Adrian will be appearing, so I guess I'll go to support both sides of him. He voiced himself in the Ladybug and Cat Noir movie, so of course he'd go. I can't believe I'm still hesitating. They're the same person. Honestly, I feel like I've been catfished, which is appropriate, given the pun. My thoughts are all jumbled. I'll write again tomorrow, diary. Marinette. Dear Diary, I told Alya about going to the Cat Noir event with Luca, and she's convinced it's totally a date. The more I try to say it isn't, the more she's convinced, and all I can do is sigh and shake my head. Yikes. He's just not my type. Granted, I don't really have a type, considering I've only had a crush on, well, one golden-haired boy, and now I'm a bit bitter about it. You know who I'm talking about. I'm going to bed. Good night, diary. Marinette. Dear Diary, I've made my decision. I'm going to get Cat Noir to fall for me as Marinette. Mischievous? Sure, but you'll see. It'll all work out in the end. Liking Adrian while knowing his secret feels like deceit, and being Ladybug is taking advantage of the miraculous. Granted, I'm awkward as it is, so I don't think I can flirt with him. I'm second-guessing myself again. Aish. I'll write again tomorrow, diary. Marinette. Dear Diary, the plan to seduce Cat Noir is in action, which is weird when I realize that not only does he have feelings for Ladybug, he's also my classmate. I want him to like me for me, so I guess I'll have to compete with myself. I mean, I'd also be a bit insulted if Cat fell for some girl after falling for Ladybug, but I'll be attacking him on all fronts, you know? He already thinks well of me as a classmate and as a friend, so I have an advantage. Yeah, right. As if I actually had a chance with Adrian. Oof. There's no way this will work. Good night, diary. Marinette. Dear Diary, so today I invited Cat Noir to try some tisanes I have. I always have tea with a splash of cranberry juice instead of milk or sugar, and he'd never tried that before. I must say, he reacted well. Rather, he was pleasantly surprised. We were just a couple of chums enjoying late-night tea. I'm making no progress. I have no idea what I'm doing. How do people flirt anyway? Good night, diary. Marinette. Dear Diary, I have to say, there was something special about Luca picking me up to go to the Cat Noir event tonight. I mean, of course I'm not going to crush on him, but the idea that I could have feelings for someone who isn't Adrian is nice. I mean, before I found out Adrian was Cat Noir, my feelings were already dwindling, so I guess I'm maturing? I don't know. Like usual, my head is a mess. Oh, and the event. Cat just about did a double take when he saw me and Luca together. Maybe he was, I don't know, a bit jealous? A girl can dream, right? Marinette. Dear Diary, it's funny how things just fall into place. I got ready to spend some time with Luca tonight when Cat Noir slipped in. He pretended not to know I had plans, but he totally overheard Alya and I talking after class today about it as Adrian. I'm sure he isn't, jealous or anything, but maybe he feels threatened by Luca? Not in a romantic way, but more in a monopolizing way? I don't know how to put it. Oh well. I'll never understand men anyway. I'll write again tomorrow. Marinette. Dear Diary, what the heck? I saw Cat Noir and Kagami out to dinner together. I wouldn't be so bothered, but we've played a different game on a Switch together every other day, so I kind of assumed he'd come over tonight. Also, why are they together? Like, what purpose? Like, what? How do they know each other? I mean, besides the fact that Adrian and Kagami know each other. Ugh, this is making my head spin. Good night, diary. Marinette. Dear diary, I won't lie, I may have fished for details about Kagami during the Akuma fight today. This is why we shouldn't have started hanging out in the first place. I was distracted from the fight because of some boy. I mean, sure, that boy's Adrian, but still, distracted. Although, seeing Cat and Kagami together was a different feeling than seeing her with him as a classmate. Also, he didn't reveal anything, in case you were wondering. Oof. I'll write again tomorrow, diary. Marinette. Dear diary, on a very different note, I watched a show about pirates today and, oi, it's got me in the mood to design, if you know what I mean. Cat came in during the middle of a project and lit up like a kid on Christmas, ready to play with makeshift eye patches and wooden swords. It was cute, I'll give him that, and he even posed for a photo to send to the lady blog. I know Alya will have plenty to say about it in the morning. I couldn't ask him about Kagami. I just couldn't. Oof. Good night, diary. Marinette. Dear diary, well, I feel silly. Cat and Kagami collaborated on a sponsored video for her parents' studio. Ugh, I feel like a stereotype. Maybe if I put more energy into befriending her instead of being a teenage drama queen, Paris would be a better city. As much as I hate to admit it, Kagami would make a great Miraculous holder. Speaking of, I'm meeting with Master Fu the day after tomorrow. Wish me luck! Marinette. Dear diary, sometimes I wonder where I'd be if I didn't have the Miraculous. Probably still starstruck over Adrian, that's for sure. I wonder if he'd notice me then. I mean, there'd be another ladybug, so probably not. Oof. I just hurt my own heart. Like I said before, Kagami is a good candidate for a Miraculous holder. It's a good thing I don't have to return my earrings after each fight, because I might not get them back. Double ouch. Oof. I'll write again tomorrow, diary. Marinette. Dear diary, sometimes the lady blog scares me. I don't think Alya would take fanfic submissions if she knew they were about her classmates. Then again, she did feature a carapace and Rena Rouge on one the other day. Honestly, I think she wrote it too. I met with Master Fu today. It left me with more questions than answers, but I didn't tell him I know Adrian is Cat Noir. Even Tiki doesn't know that I know. I'm not sure what to do next, diary. Marinette. Dear diary, sometimes I think I'm sad, and I realize I just need to eat. I'm not sure if today's one of those days. I'm feeling a bit down, and I think it's because I don't know how to act around Cat Noir's ladybug anymore. What's worse is that he's noticed it. He's noticed it, and I feel horrible. He almost mentioned it to Marinette, too, but didn't. I kind of feel like a failure of a superhero now. I'll write again tomorrow, diary. Marinette. Dear diary, it's scary, but I think I need to come clean to Cat Noir. Even if I don't tell him I'm Ladybug, I need to tell him I know he's Adrian as Marinette. I owe him that much, I think. I know I go back and forth when it comes to him, but this feels right. The decision, that is. But thinking about it makes me sick to my stomach. I trust in him more than anyone, but I don't think I've gone up against an akumatized victim this daunting. I'll write again tomorrow, diary. Marinette. Dear Diary, I missed the chance to tell Cat I knew today. I feel like a coward, or maybe even a failure from it. Oof. It feels like I'm lying to him at this point. How do people confess anyway? Not that I'm a star at confessions. I never got to tell Adrian I liked him either. Maybe he's the problem. Maybe I can't say anything because he's, well, him. I'm totally deflecting. Oops. I'll write again tomorrow, diary. Marinette. Dear Diary, I told Cat I know he's Adrian and he backed up in terror. Honestly, I thought he was going to fall out the window. Instead, he shrugged and smiled without saying anything, then left. Tiki was surprised too. She nearly came out of hiding, but we had a good talk about it later. She's a bit upset. I didn't console her first, but what's done is done. Sure, I have to see him at school tomorrow, but that's a problem for tomorrow's me, right? I'm so nervous. I'll write again tomorrow, diary. Marinette. Dear Diary, Adrian wasn't in school today? I'm shook. Just kidding. Alya spent the lunch break trying to explain blogger lingo and textual mannerisms to me, but I am shook. He had a shoot today or something, I guess. It felt like Nino dodged the question, too. Of course, hypersensitive me is more nervous than before. There's no school tomorrow either, so I'll have to wait until after the weekend to see him again. Ugh, I don't think I can handle that. I'll write again tomorrow, diary. Marinette. Dear Diary, today was not what I expected. At all. Adrian stopped by today. And by Adrian, I mean he stopped by on the patio and detransformed before grabbing a soda. Not gonna lie, my heart was beating like crazy. And yet, nothing happened. We didn't talk about it. He didn't act like it was a big deal. I think we talked about pizza rolls or something. Pizza waffles. That was it. I don't have whiplash, but this feeling is awfully close to it. I'll write again tomorrow, diary. Hopefully I'll have more clarity then. Marinette. Dear Diary, if I may say, Adrian or Cat Noir or whoever needs to step up and talk to me. He literally ran away when I brought it up. What is he so scared of? Whatever. Forget him. I spent the day with Luca anyway. It was great. There's an indie artist I heard on Spotify who had a new show downtown, and Luca was kind enough to escort me. Oh, I just realized. Luca has a tattoo of Cat Noir, which means Luca has a tattoo to remind him of Adrian. I'll write again tomorrow, diary. Marinette. Dear Diary, not to be boring, but nothing really happened today. Like, I'm just not in the mood to write. This whole write every day challenge that I'm giving myself for a year gets old sometimes. Ugh. I have to, I don't know, buy some sparkly pens to amp this up or something. I'll write again tomorrow, diary. Marinette. Dear Diary, do you like my new pens? I spent way too long writing that. Luca texted me to go out for ice cream tomorrow. Cat, Adrian, saw the text and didn't say anything. I don't know what's going on with him, but ever since I told him I know who he was, he hasn't been the same. I miss our jokes and banter, honestly. Anyway, it's getting late, and Luca's still texting. I'll write again tomorrow, diary. Marinette. Dear Diary, Adrian showed up for ice cream. To clarify, Adrian showed up while I was getting ice cream with Luca. Luca didn't seem to mind, but he was definitely there because he saw the text yesterday. This is ridiculous. I need to have a sit-down, stern talk with him. Who does he think he is, anyway? At least he didn't have the audacity to show up as Cat Noir. That would be a scene. I'll write again tomorrow, diary. Marinette. Dear Diary, today was like trying to get a cat into a carrier. I tried to talk to Adrian. I swear I did. But once he knew what I was talking about, he dodged the question and found a way to leave the room. Sure, I wasn't being helpful by addressing it at school, but still. Ugh. I thought he was better than this. He's usually so straightforward and... Maybe that's it. Maybe it's because of me. Next time, I won't talk. I'll let him finish the silence. Marinette. Dear Diary, I can't track down that cat. We even had an Akuma fight today, and I barely saw him. He was all jumpy, too. Speaking of, Akumas are getting a little less frequent. I wonder if Hawkmoth is running out of butterflies? Just kidding. That'd be like me running out of Lucky Charm items. No way! If I did, we'd all be in trouble. Ugh, another month is crumbling to an end. Looking back, I can't believe how much happened. It's crazy. I'm just a teenage girl after all. What kind of normal teenager finds out the guy she used to crush on is a superhero? Anyway, I'll write again tomorrow. Marinette.